Hey, welcome back to another video. I think it's just Mango with me right now. The other two are with my dad in the other room, so they probably won't be joining. Hi, Mango. Today's video is going to touch upon something that I hear a lot, and that is... Oop, Mango left to the window. That is, why does my bird suddenly hate me? It can be really confusing because one second, you know, you're birding you or, you know, besties, or at least you're starting to get along, and then all of a sudden they just want nothing to do with you, like absolutely nothing to do with you. And it could be concerning, especially if you've been making progress or if you guys were at the stage of bonding, and it feels like kind of a slap to the face because you're like, man, all that effort I did and then it's gone. Mango left the room entirely. First and most common reason that I first ask about is, how old is your parrot? The reason why I ask this is because there comes a point from when they're little babies to where they reach puberty, and this is kind of their rebellious teenager stage. They will have hormonal changes and it'll be fluctuating, and think about, you know, if you're a parent when your kid was going through a teenager stage, or you yourself were going through a teenager stage, you know, you were pretty moody, you were, you know, bad mood, rebellious. Everyone went through it differently, and some parrots will as well go through it differently. Some will be more extreme than others, some will be very light, and different parrots go through puberty at different ages. So for example, larger parrots might go through it around the ages of 3 to 5, medium-sized parrots might hit it around 1-year-old, and then small parrots might hit it, you know, at 8 months old or something, and it'll last different periods of time. Kiwi's puberty was horrible. Absolute worst experience of my life. He was, oh my god. He came into the room as I mentioned him. I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm not talking bad about you. He got really... There's a few things that you can do to help during this period of time, and let me just tell you, it's gonna last about a year. So there's a few things that you can do to help during this time so it's not so difficult for both parties. One thing is bringing them into the shower. I talk about this method so much for allowing them to helping them to calm down. A warm, hot, steamy shower helps so much. It doesn't mean you're dipping them under the water in hot steam, don't do that. It just means that they enjoy the sauna of the bathroom. You can even get like shower pools, which is what I do for them, and it helped calm them down so much. As well, offering a bath, offer a cool bath or something like that, and you know, that helps tons. I not want it, but if they do, it does help while, you know, they freshen up. You can also get this thing called Hempwell calm drops or whatever. I have it, hold on, I have it here. It's this really amazing brand, Calm Bird. They sell for dogs, cats, horses, birds, whole bunch, and their things are amazing. They have helped so much. It says instructions on the package how much to give them. Just gloop gloop, and then helps just chill out a bit. Chamomile tea, also awesome. They can drink chamomile tea. Just make sure it's not searing hot. Don't add any sugars or honeys, just the tea itself. Keeping them distracted, and as well just respecting the fact that they want their space. If they tell you, leave me alone, if they're really moody, just leave the room, leave them alone, let them calm down. Because hey, think about it, when, you know, we're moody and we don't want anybody to talk to us, we appreciate just being left alone, having our own space, and that's totally fine. And with all of those methods of calming them down comes to the same thing, the second reason on why they might suddenly hate you: nesting season. So all the things that I mentioned to calm down your bird during their puberty also work for nesting season. The one difference is that during nesting season, they are going to get very hormonal and want to do the thing with another bird. I don't want to get flagged. So they're going to be trying to do stuff with certain toys and objects, and this is just the one little difference. So from all the things to calm them down, you also don't want to stimulate this further. So you want to take away all kinds of nesting boxes. Don't let them go into small dark corners. If they start doing stuff with certain things like certain toys, make sure to remove it. Avoid giving them warm food, as this is similar to regurgitating, which is when, you know, birds throw up into each other's mouths. You don't want to give them any chance to get overstimulated and start laying eggs, because that can lead to chronic egg laying syndrome, which can kill them, or even egg bounding, which as well can kill them. As well, in any time, not just mentioning, but just to keep aware, you will stimulate them hormonally if you touch them anywhere below the neck, because that's their, hey, I want to do stuff with you time. I hope this is getting across. I really just don't want to get flagged by YouTube because they can be picky sometimes. And as well, like I said, this helps so much. I have in detail more videos about nesting season and puberty if you want to dive more into that, but they're just, I'm covering like a very broad basis right here, just giving like as quickly as a rundown as I probably can. You may be part of my video, come here. I feel so lonely without them. Kiwi, come here. Just okay, diving into more reasons on why your bird suddenly hates you. Another thing can be, and I hope not, is that you broke their trust. Things like this can occur if you towards your bird, or they're just exposed to an environment like this where there's yelling, hitting, abuse, throwing things. Anything like that can cause them to not trust you, trust their environment, to cause them very stressed and untrusting of just anything around them. Very loud environments as well can get them on edge. So just make sure that the environment they're in is a very, relatively calm environment. Obviously, it's impossible for there not to be loud noises like ever, but if we can reduce it as much as possible, even better. And when there is a lot going on in their environment and it's very loud, they can also become overstimulated. Birds are very sensitive to noise, to lots of things, lots of movement, and if you're somebody who gets overstimulated by all these things, then you're totally gonna get their kind of feeling in this. And it's good to take a step back, quiet down the environment, and just let them calm down, because it could be a lot, a lot of people around them, a lot of people talking, people clapping, or the TV's on too loud, and it could just be like a lot. They can be very sensitive to it. Another common one that I see is that people who are trying to gain the trust of their bird and they're starting to bond with them, and then suddenly one day they're like, well, we were making so much progress, why do they suddenly not want anything to do with me? They don't want to touch me, anything. It can be a very back and forth situation when you're trying to gain their trust. If you're trying to bond with birds, don't expect it to be smooth sailing. It can kind of be like a step forward and then a step back, and then another step forward and another step back, and that's completely normal and it's okay. Again, just respect it. Just allow them to have that autonomy where they're like, I don't want anything to do with you, and you go, okay, no worries. Doesn't mean that they're going to forever hate you. It just might mean that, 1 second they're like, yeah, I'm starting to trust this person, and then another they're like, whoa, maybe not, and they're kind of like dipping their toes into the water. So that's normal. Just keep doing your thing, and always remember to respect their space, respect when they don't want to be touched. The other thing is that even if you are bonded to your bird, they are moody. They have their moods, kind of similar to like cats. I call them flying cats. They'll have their days where they're like, I'm in a bad mood, don't touch me, I hate everything. And then they'll have other days where they're like, I love everyone, love me. And that is completely normal, and that's completely okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that helped out to kind of maybe answer some of your questions. If you guys still have any more questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. I will get back to them as soon as possible. If there is kind of like, I need to be walked through this, then please feel free to DM me. You guys can check out my Instagram over here. The links are down below. And as well, our Etsy shop. We are always updating with new items, especially recently. Make sure to hit like and subscribe to our channel if you like what you guys see. We have tons of videos to help you take care of your bird better. And as well, just fun little videos with me and my birds. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.